Hi friends, Raven Pines here with a short commentary, and boy have I got a show for you today. For context, the film Theorists decided to make a video about Hazbin Hotel, and the fan base exploded over it. In a bad way. For this video, I'm going to be talking about a mini-theory which, as a fan of both Gravity Falls and Hazbin Hotel, I took issue with. Just a heads up though, there will be major spoilers for the Hazbin Hotel pilot and the Gravity Falls episodes I will mention in this video, so I'd highly recommend watching these before watching this commentary. Let me make this clear, if you like MatPat, that is fine. If you don't like him, that's okay too. I don't necessarily have a low opinion of him, but I don't speak highly of him either. To both sides, please be civil about this. The last thing that I want is a flame war over this and everything else. Are we clear on that? Okay, now, without further hesitation, let's begin.
But before we get to the meat and potatoes of today's theory, I wanted to start things off with a mini-theory. Ready for this? In the show, we're introduced to what is currently my favorite character, Alistair the Radio Demon, an all-powerful being who, we're told, just appeared in the underworld one day.
Alistair manifested in hell, seemingly overnight.
And from there, he just wrecked house, showing power and control in a way that no one ever had. As they described in the show,
many have speculated what unimaginable force enabled him to rival our world's most ancient and destructive evils.
Well, friends, my mini-theory is that Alistair the Radio Demon gets his powers from none other than Gravity Falls' own Bill Cipher. Now, let me be perfectly clear on this. I know this isn't true, but the similarities between the two characters are uncanny. I mean, Alistair's microphone is alive. It also has that one-eyed thing going for it, just like everyone's favorite equilateral lad, Bill. Both Bill and Alistair trick you into making deals that you're gonna go on to regret. Both ominously glow when they're making said deals, and the deals of both are seemingly sealed with a handshake. Both are closely associated with mysterious runic symbols that fly in and around them. Both also seem motivated by the same thing, boredom and a large desire to use their powers to create chaos for really no good reason. But all of that's superficial, right? It's all typical deal with the devil business.
While you do have a point that they are similar in that regard and that the theory isn't true at all, there is one little detail that seems to be missed here. Alistair is very different because, as shown in the pilot, he clearly wants to help the main cast with getting the hotel off the ground and have more customers coming in, albeit with an ulterior motive, but details. Bill Cipher, on the other hand, is just there to screw people over, and throughout the entire Gravity Falls series, there is a lot more to him shown than what you were leading on. Just look at episodes like Sock Opera, Dipper and Mabel vs. the Future, the Makin saga, or any episode he makes an appearance in for further proof of that. Mabel giving the rift to Blinn and Blandon under Bill's guise, anyone? That part in Dipper and Mabel vs. the Future clearly shows that he is a master of manipulation, especially when Mabel was having a huge emotional moment after the argument she had with Dipper. Speaking of Dipper, he made a deal with Bill in the episode Sock Opera. What was the deal? Basically, he had to give him one of Mabel's sock puppets in exchange for unlocking Ford's laptop, making it possess Dipper as a dangerous result. This also leads to Bill teasing and mocking Mabel for not returning the favor, and that ultimately has him out of Dipper's body for good, albeit with a bit of physical violence. With the Makin saga, it is very clear that Bill Cipher is extremely dangerous and is capable of making any human that crosses his path into corpses, which is pretty morbid when you think about it. With Alistair, we've only gotten a glimpse of what he's fully capable of so far, so it's not really fair to make this type of comparison.
No, it's the whole radio demon thing that gets me. Alistair's voice in Hazbin Hotel sounds like an old-timey radio, which is cool, it's very creative characterization, but it also just feels random. Too random.
Says the radio voice is creative for characterization. Says it's too random. What? Even the wording in this sounds really confusing. Does the team behind this not know how to check scripts anymore? This could have been easily avoided with a simple correction. Also, the reason why he has that voice in the first place is because when he was alive, he was a Southern radio host in the early 20th century and a serial killer, which is why he broadcasts his carnage all over hell.
They even show an example of the types of radios that he broadcasts on, and they're the type that are pulled straight out of the late 30s and early 40s. Now, why would I care about that? Well, Bill Cipher is most closely associated with one particular song, We'll Meet Again, a love song that was made popular by the singer Vera Lynn. It's a great song, all-time classic. But why I bring it up here is that it was first made famous during World War II, which, wouldn't you know it, just so happened to be during the late 30s and early 40s, the exact time that Alistair's voice is drawn from. The timeline matches up. So could it be that the reason Alistair is so powerful when he first enters the underworld is that he has the powers of Bill Cipher on his side? Probably not. Probably just inspiration the creator of the series got from Gravity Falls. Still, it is my personal headcanon for now.
Two things. First off, no Matt, no. A simple Google search would tell you that Alistair died in 1933, 6 years before We'll Meet Again was first released and before World War II started. This shows that just an ounce of research can go a long way. Second, it's not fair to say that Alistair was taken from Bill Cipher, since it was shown in an old reference sheet that he was created for a zoophobia project that did not go off the ground very well and remains hidden from the public eye to this day. He was originally created to be some sort of sinister deer character, which explains some of the deer features he has when we look at him both in the Hazbin Hotel comics and the pilot itself. So really, this part feels like a rough-edged sword more than anything else. That's all I have for this video. Until next time, this is Raven Pine saying take care and be kind to one another. Before I go, I do have some videos on my main channel, other channels, and this channel that will be coming soon, so be on the lookout for those. Anyways, adios!